I'd like to say a few words about Donald Trump in response to some things that a lot of Christians have said that I've interacted with on Facebook, who feel that the people who supported Donald Trump are necessarily hypocrites, at least those conservative Christians who did, because the act of supporting Trump in their minds was the same as basically either granting him absolution for the things that he's done and said in the past, or indicating that they never really cared about those family values in the first place. I don't think either of those positions is actually accurate. Now, I don't blame any Christian or anyone else who, in good conscience, decided they could not support Donald Trump because of his moral failings. But I do fault those who judge the people who supported him as if they were in some way capitulating to those failings or excusing them, because I don't think that's fair. And let me explain why. My opinion is that Donald Trump is a boor and a jerk and a narcissist and arrogant, and he has often lied. So he has many character flaws. There's no question about that. And I don't absolve him for any of those things. He's, as far as I'm concerned, he's responsible for everything he's done. He's accountable for everything he's done. And if there are things he's done that he hasn't yet been held accountable for, I hope he is held accountable for them. However, the needs of the country, in my mind, go before the need for him to be personally accountable. Because now he's the president, and the country needs leadership, and we need the right decisions to be made. So, make no mistake, my vote for Donald Trump did not indicate that he is forgiven or that he is not accountable for any of the things that he has done. My vote indicated that I believe that for the future of my children and the future of this country and the future of the Constitution, this man was the better option to safeguard all of those things, to safeguard liberty, the Constitution, and so forth. Not because he's a role model, because the president isn't first and foremost a role model, but because he was more likely, on balance, to make the right decisions for the future of the country. And for those who want to take his past failings and use them as a reason to assume or predict or guess that they can just take words that he said out of context, assume that they mean the worst, or remember things that he said a long, long time ago that he has never said recently again, and just latch onto those things and say, see, he's going to do that, and he's going to do that, and he's going to do that, and all these things are terrible and terrible, terrible things. These are all the things he's going to do. All I can say to you is, you don't have a crystal ball, you don't know what's going to happen, and I think you're being illogical in picking and choosing and distorting things that he said. So no, I don't believe that you can predict what he's going to do. I also don't believe that I can predict what he's going to do. All I can do is say, I took my best shot, and we're going to see what happens. And he's done a lot of things already. He's done a lot of dumb things, no question. He said some things and tweeted some things that he shouldn't have, and some of his people have as well. But there are many other things that he has said and he has done and his nominees have said that are very encouraging, that I made the right choice, and that in many, if not all cases, he's actually going to carry through with the things that I identified that he was likely to do that would actually make the country more healthy for the future and for our children and grandchildren. So no absolution. He's a scumbag, but he's the President of the United States, and he deserves at least the opportunity to surprise the people who think very little of him, and to satisfy the hopes of those of us who still think little of him as a person, but have hope for what he might do as a president.